As per that department is about 43% in March and 77% August. That is during rainy season. And in the stage of water ground destruction in the district is 79%, very high. Falls under semi-critical category. See, I mean, if you are extracting water at this rate, it will have its own consequences. Primary sector, that is agriculture, fisheries, and our animal husbandry, they account for about 35% of the gross domestic product of the district. And 50% of the population of the district dependent upon this. Livestock rearing, fishing, salt making, agriculture. This guy is 12% of the entire state. This is the situation working in there. Changes in climate is causing stress on agriculture in terms of loss of productivity. The productivity is coming down. There is increased crop building, high temperature and all. Lot of incidence of then livestock in terms of lower production due to heat stress. We know that the productivity of livestock is also affected by heat stress. The milk yield will be affected, and fisheries will also be affected in terms of there will be effort catch productivity will go down. So these are our components. There is baseline survey conducted with the help of Gujarat Institute of Development Research. Conducted a baseline survey and vulnerability assessment. Study has already been completed, and as per their report, we have identified our stakeholders, selection of beneficiaries, selection of vulnerable villages, and selection of vulnerable households was based upon baseline survey and vulnerability assessment by IPCC. Then have implementing our climate change activities, climate change adaptation activities, and knowledge management. This includes community mobilization activities. Activities like painting, and other they are also organizing in order to develop their capacity. They are also organizing open awareness meetings for them. They are also training those beneficiaries, various arts. And we are also conducting annual stakeholder meetings in order to take stock of the situation and take remedial measures to take course correction. And we are also preparing audio-visual documentaries. Already films. These activities have been carried out so far in that area. We have recently published an exhibit which has forward from our rebel principal secretary. And then we have audio visual. Then we have also conducted exposure visit of communities. So now because of COVID, we are not able to take them. Yes, and once this situation improves, we will again start our exposure visit. We are also undertaking locally appropriate and cost-effective intervention to enhance community climate resilience. In this context, we are also implementing ecosystem-based adaptation interventions, and we are also implementing community-based adaptation interventions. So now I'll discuss about ecosystem-based adaptation. As we all know that ecosystem is very important. We have to adapt ourselves towards the ecosystem. We have to conducting restoration of mangroves in the coastal belt. We have about a target about 600 hectares of mangrove restored, the Sataluka, and we have restoration of grasslands in many areas. It's another important component of our project in which we are already through with the help of the Forest Department as well as with the help of our ICAR Institute, Grassland Development, located in Kutch. So with that Kajri, with the help of Kajri, we have also some seed fodder plots also in that region, so that people of that area will continue to get palatable seeds for their roads. We are also developing seed bank of the native grasses of Bani, trying to preserve the local Bani areas, which once upon a time used to be very productive grassland. We are also bringing about agriculture soil improvement through the use of biochar. This is another innovation. It's an excellent. People have already started with biochar, and it has improved the properties of their soil, resulting into increase in their crop yield. And in community-based adaptation, there is sustainable irrigation model for rainwater recharge and use in Khadir. This is a very important intervention which we are making for recharging of water, and the water such when we recharge this water is used during rain season for this thing, taking crops in that region. So water withdrawal with the help of installation of solar panels, water pumping system will be based on that. And in order to improve their water use, we have also brought in micro irrigation system, that is Tapak Sinchai Paddhati. We have installed in farmers are using that. Then water security in coastal and Bani villages. We are also restoring the existing rainwater recharge structures, including farm ponds, surface ponds, percolation tanks, etc. in these two areas, that is of coastal Abdasa as well as Bani villages. We are also strengthening alternative livelihood measures for them. For example, we are distributing fodder kits to the farmers to ensure fodder availability, to ensure better varieties of fodders, palatable and yielding more grass. So this we have already about 800 kits, such kits to the people in that region. We also strengthen their milk cooperatives. Through dairy management interventions, we have provided them the dairy kits, which have been liked by them like anything. And then we are also providing alternative livelihood options to seaweed and fish polyculture. So we could not get the desired results mentioned. We tried to implement it, and apart from that, we are also providing fishing kit, the pagadiyas. It will be very helpful for them in their fishing. Women to self-help groups and women artisans, their skills are being improved. We have taken the help of Gurjari in this, and we are conducting training for them, and we are also providing them this Gurjari is also providing them market cases. So this risk management includes providing. We are also providing them weather advisory services. And then we have also linked these communities to the state weather forecast and weather-based advisory to Agricultural University. These are our strategic. The Gir Foundation, in the capacity of executive entity, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India is the funding and reviewing agency for this project. The BARD is and they are a national coordinating agency for all NAFCC projects. Our Climate Change Department in Government of Gujarat is a state nodal department for this project. And we have a lot of other government as well as other agencies are collaborating. It's a kind of convergence model. That Forest Department is also assisting us several activities. For example, mangrove restoration, grassland restoration is done by Forest Department. Other activities are also being implemented by them. And through Fisheries Commissionerate, we are trying to have kits for fishery kits for these people. Then we are also providing to Energy and Petrochemical Department. We are going to have solar panel provided to the farmers. And Agriculture and Animal Husbandry Department are also assisting us. For example, Gurabini, we are taking seed Gurabini. Then GGRC for micro irrigation system. Craft Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation. They are implementing our this thing. We are also collaborating with WASMO for drinking water. And we have research institutes like Kajri ISW, Fodder, then Satar University of Agriculture. And we have Guide. Guide is also implementing. And we have many levels of monitoring and evaluation. The important feature of this project is that it is being monitored and evaluated like anything. There is very intense monitoring and evaluation of this. Every month, the representative of NABARD and Forest Department will go over the area. Then there is review at the district level by the collector also. Then there is review at the NABARD level, the state committee. So this kind of monitoring is very intense in this. That is a very good feature of this. And apart from that, there is third-party evaluation also undertaken by Government of India, MOEFCC. This project is also being looked after at CM Pragati portal. So this is more than 5 crore. All projects monitored by Honorable Chief Minister also. Pragati portal. So our own experience of earnings last 3 years, these are certain benefits as certain direct or indirect benefits. People of that Science survey has been able to identify 83 villages of this town. Out of them, we have selected only 30, depending upon the size of our project or the financial availability. Then understanding of the community's vulnerability and loss of social capital, which is another key benefit of this project. They are able to understand their degree of vulnerability and change. It will be helpful for other departments also which are working their own projects in that area. Then capacity building of communities towards adaptation is another key benefit. Through these communities, when we are conducting our regular meetings with our community, we are able to stress how the impacts of climate change. And now they are understanding how the climate change, this awareness generation is very important. And this is a kind of social development. And there is a cohesion because of this project. There is a cohesion and other stakeholders, and there is engagement of the stakeholders in activities. So another social benefit of this, and we have been able to provide them livelihood security and social development. The key economic benefits have been that they are able to understand the economic losses in terms of loss or decline in earnings or property loss due to long-term climate change. So this is another key benefit of this. Capacity building of the communities as a result of traditional protection of their traditional livelihoods and knowledge sharing on climate change, climate resilient agriculture, now they understand about it, and livestock rearing and fishing. And there, this project has been able to generate alternative income sources for the people. It has increased in the regular income from farming, fishing, and cattle rearing. And there are certain indirect or environmental benefits. For example, vulnerability of the system and resultant benefits to the environment. One of the key benefits. And environment has been preserved in a better fashion because of, it is an outcome of this project. And water security has been improved, energy security, environmental security, including their livelihood security has been. If we, in terms of this, for example, total 150 farmers have been provided with 30 units of folias. Folias, they are folias are water reservation structure. Is water recharging structures. Khadi region. So we are providing folias to them on community sharing basis. Each folia is being shared by 5 farmers. This has brought an additional irrigation area of approximately 1,200 hectares under irrigation. This is a great benefit, I should say. And there is irrigation water available. Instead of, as our Honorable Prime Minister says, that we have to double their income by 2022. This project has been able to double their income even before that. Because now, instead of taking one crop, they are able to take 2 or 3 crops a year, which has resulted in more than doubling their income. The farmers migrating during Rabi season to the next monsoon from that region, that has been stopped. This asset has stopped their migration as water is available throughout the year and particularly during Rabi season in that area. We can imagine the cost of migration from that area that has been stopped. We have improved groundwater salinity. The quality of the groundwater has also been improved because of folias. These interventions are very important. The reduction of salinity. Because you see, it's a desert, saline desert. So salinity level is very high. So if we are able to recharge water during monsoon, that will be able to reduce their salinity and making this water fit for human consumption as well as fit for agriculture production. So this boosts agriculture productivity and range of crops that farmers can do. So another important benefit has been the cost of savings on account of renting water. Even some of the farmers are renting water. I mean, they are giving apart from filling their requirement and giving it to others also who don't have this benefit. And they are taking rent for it. This is another good aspect of this. Water is used in cultivation of cumin, bajra, jowar, sorghum, isabgol, and castor in that region. And they have also started growing vegetable crops, the cash crops and all. One of the farmers has reported 142% increase in the income. So this has been highlighted in our recently published success story also. It's also available for their cattle and for their miscellaneous needs. The group is also lending water to us. And about 800 farmers have been provided their kits. These fodder seeds have been procured from Gurabini and they are certified seeds, high quality. And so far we have provided about 24,000 kg of jowar seed, more than 7,000 kg of bajra seed, more than 305 kg of 3,500 kg of rajka, that is fodder seed. They have been provided from this Gurabini, and it has been distributed to 800 farmers during the Kharif and Rabi season. There was a very significant activity that has helped them generate additional income from bearing, and that too throughout the year. Water is available and water source is available. Now their cattle are yielding milk throughout the year. They are reaping the harvest of. So these activities have helped. These interventions have helped increase their productivity of the grass in that region, leading to the increase in productivity of cattle also. So milk yield has also increased. So jowar seeds have given a productivity of 80 kg per kg seed harvest. Hence, each farmer could harvest approximately more than 5,000 kg of green fodder from 30 kg of the seeds provided to them. Harvest cycles. So these are some of the key benefits. And the cost of purchasing fodder has gone to zero. Here they use fodder from outside because it was no more available there in that region. Now because of advent of irrigation and micro irrigation, they are able to take the crops in their own area. This has also reduced their cost of production. Milk productivity has gone up, has reported to increase by 1 to 1.5 liters per day per cattle. This initiative has increased their income and they have reduced their hardships quite an extent. You see, vulnerable communities, climate change, in a region like Khadir, they have been benefited like this. Then 1,200 farmers have also received dairy kits. As I told that we are also another important intervention in which we are providing them dairy kits. Then the coverage of 42 hectares under micro irrigation system so far. We have also provided them micro irrigation system.
Pramod sir?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the interruption, but I will request you to conclude.
Rush through.
Sir, please, sir.
Okay. Then 28 structures on coastal of Dasa water harvesting structures have been created with an additional capacity of 0.52 lakhs cubic meter of water, which has benefited about more than 1,000 households in the vicinity of that area. And Pagadia fishermen have also been benefited. So these are certain benefits. About 600 hectares of grasslands have been developed, which has brought about a positive change in terms of biodiversity conservation index in that area. We have also restored about 500 hectares of mangroves coastal area, and women artisan in Banni and Abdasa Talukas, their skills have been upgraded in Kachi embroidery, and they are seeking new avenues to and managing their own bank accounts. Their bank accounts have been opened. They are receiving stipend through their. So these are the beneficiaries who have been covered from these ecosystem-based adaptation and community-based adaptation intervention. Total is about 2,337 households, which includes 157 households of plus 48 households of scheduled tribes, 1,669 households of and 75 households of minorities, and others 380. The indirect beneficiaries of the ecosystem restoration and water harvesting activities in Abdasa and Banni talukas have been 19 villages, 10 in Abdasa and 9 in Banni area. This benefit though has accrued to 3,200 households in these two regions. Direct beneficiaries under component community village and knowledge management has been 3,470. So this is what I wanted to share with you. These are some of the glimpses of our activities being carried out at region. This is moment of creating shame and third party evaluation 2020 that area and had interaction with different communities that region. And then these are different trainings that are in that region. You can see our annual stakeholder meetings are being conducted regularly in that region. Every year we are conducting annual stakeholder meeting. Then these are different these community mobilization activities. Shiksharopan Karyakram was undertaken. And schools are also being essay competition is organized. So these are some of the activities. And biochar production. Biochar, we have provided them kits for this, and now they are showing the benefit. These are folios at water recharging, and these are folios, other folios in that region. So micro irrigation system. These are fodder kit distribution region, biochar production. Now communities have undertaken on their own this program. The trainings have been conducted. Now they will be. So this is studies on post by one of the students from that university study on biochar, post biochar production. There are encouraging results. And dairy kit distribute. These are the seed banks. You can see the harvest of grass. The grassland, the different grass plots, not one detail. There are self-help groups in Bunny which have been created at Kota and Utkal areas. Cheerful women participating enthusiastically in all fields. The skill development. And these are the various and work. You can see the beautiful local craft. These are the water harvesting structures in Bunny, Radio Village, and you can see the water over there in those regions. And water harvesting structures. These are different water harvesting structures which have been created. And this is the map showing the various water harvesting structures. These are the mangrove plantation sites in Abhidasa Taluka, mangrove plantation areas. These are the restoration plots, and people are getting benefit. Local people are employed for these. This in nutshell was what I wanted. Thank you very much.